Peter Chang here with Macho Cave, and today I'd like to unbox the Noctua NH-D14 cooler. And also we're going to use this CPU cooler for our Plum Creek computer build. What's great about this cooler is that it's very big and very powerful. And also what's really awesome about this cooler is that while it might be a little bit overkill for this build, I do feel that it provides a great value. I do tend to overclock my system builds. I actually believe that if you do build out a system, you should push it to its limits. Some users are just happy that they've built something, so they have a tendency not to overclock. You do run a risk when you overclock that Windows might occasionally crash a little bit, but in my case I feel that Windows crashes just like usual, so why not help it along sometimes. What's great about this particular CPU, the NH-D14, is that it's very big. You have a lot of surface area, so your CPU really doesn't get too hot. What's really awesome about this particular CPU is that the fans are also very quiet, and you also have limiters that you could use on the fans as well. Here we see we do have some very detailed instructions, and it is very helpful, and I really encourage you to read through the instructions. I have a tendency, this kind of bad habit of just opening up things and then trying to see how well things work out. But like any kind of bad parent, I'd say, don't do what I do, do what I say. So with that advice, let's get at it. Once again, it's just the manual is your friend. Especially when you're building out things that are kind of spendy in parts, and it gets when you build a PC, you're not necessarily saving any money. You're building it because you're choosing the best parts possible for a PC build. So let's go ahead and try to install this cooler here. We've got the base plate here. And let's get this for the camera so we can just take a good look at it. It's actually quite sturdy. It's made from shielded rubber there. And we also have our mounting screws. So because I'm building this in a campground, I need to be a little bit more mindful that I'm not going to lose one of these screws here. And it's also nice to be organized. This particular CPU cooler comes with a lot of different hardware for mounting for different types of sockets and sizes. So the one I'm looking at is I'm looking at the one for the 1155 configuration. So I'm going to put in the pins the same as a 1156 configuration. The 1155 and 1156 only differ by one pin. So if you buy an older CPU cooler, like say you didn't buy a Noctua one, I would say if you follow the instructions for 1155 or 1156 and vice versa, you should be just fine, because the actual physical CPU just differs by one pin. So got the base plate set up. I'm just going to go ahead and fit that in, see how well that looks and works. And if you're an observant viewer, you may have noticed that I didn't actually remove the rubberized strip for the CPU socket. So I should have read my instructions there. Here I am trying to fit it in the opposite way, and you know that things really don't fit. So this is why you should follow instructions that come with the products that you purchase. So here I am figuring out the hard way that the socket is not going to fit here unless I pull out the rubberized strip. So I go through this process just because I'm kind of stubborn sometimes, but I really encourage you guys, if you're like me, you're in such a hurry to build it, you're so excited because you have all the parts together, but just take a step back, just kind of relax, mellow out, and I should take my own advice too. So we're all in the same boat. So and also these components are so well designed that if something doesn't fit, you would notice. So just so you're aware that most computer products are keyed in a certain way so that if there's like a little bit misalignment or a little bit of a misfit when as you're building, go ahead and just double check, because chances are you or I are doing something wrong. There's some trick to it. So here I am. Just got done reading the manual and just realized that, oh yeah, you're supposed to pull out that component there. And things are looking great after I got done reading the manual. So take it from me, read the manual. I know it's exciting when you get new components, and I get excited too because I just made that mistake. But just remember, read the manual. And remember, everything matters.